When it comes to having children who are showing the red flags of alcoholism or alcohol use disorder, as parents, it's really important to nip this in the bud as soon as possible. Create boundaries, clear cut boundaries. Understand you're enabling your codependency with your children. Of course, it's a different relationship than a husband and a wife, so it's very important to realize your role in your children's life and how you can affect or help solve the problem of their alcohol use disorder. The earlier, the better. And you have a unique position as a parent to help that direction go in the right way, better than most relationships. And really, the first thing you need to understand as a parent is if you are enabling your children. Okay, if you're giving them a place to live, you're giving them money, you give them a car, you're paying for their education, you're paying for their health care, and they're going out and drinking and they're using the money that you give them to buy more alcohol or drugs or whatever they're doing, whatever the addiction has become, then they're around the wrong people. Well, that's something that absolutely must stop. I know you love them, but love can also mean tough love. There's time for empathy and there's time for tough love. Parents need to realize that you don't necessarily need to be their best friend. You need to become a parent. And that's going to include making tough decisions and making rules that are not popular, certainly with your children. But you do not want to deal with this issue 10, 20 years down the road when they've gone into later stage alcoholism, when they become chemically, physically, emotionally addictive, and their life has been ruined because maybe nobody stepped in and they were enabled, they were allowed to never have to make a decision and never have to deal with their sobriety. And really, in a very generic sense, because there's no two relationships that are exactly the same, and there's always lots of little nuances going on. But in general, sometimes you need to cut the cord. You have to allow your children to fail. And sometimes allowing them and paying their way is not the best thing to do. Sometimes children just need to grow up. It's all part of their recovery. And children also need to, maybe they need to find their rock bottom and to understand their own boundary of how far they can take their addiction. You never want to abandon them, of course, and as a good parent, you'll never do that. But you also need to assist in their education. There's more education than going to high school and college. There's life education, and they need to learn that the hard way. Sometimes, maybe they need to leave the house. You need to stop giving them money. You need to stop taking care of things that they should be taking care of themselves, especially if they're getting into their 20s. They shouldn't be living at home and drinking and doing drugs in your house. That goes without saying. So the boundary is this. Either you're going into a rehab, a detox today, or you're moving out of our house. You're not going to get the car keys because we bought that car. That's actually our car. We're not going to provide you any more money. And by the way, we're going to cut you off your health care and everything else. So you're either going to rehab today, or maybe you need to find a friend to go live with. And these are the types of generic decisions you have to make. It's tough love, but you want to nip it in the bud. No question. And again, this video is really more about parents and parenting with an alcoholic. Yeah, honestly, I have so many clients out there that have fallen into this kind of situation where they have an older son or daughter, and they've allowed them to live at home. And no one has faced really the denial that's going on with both the parent and the alcoholic child. And until you do that, it's really going to be a very, very sad and sorry place to be. So I hope that makes sense. And again, if this resonates with you, if you have some kind of scenario similar to this, and you need help with it, click on the link above. I've helped thousands of alcoholics, and just as importantly, I've helped their families. Please like, share, and comment. And again, we have a Facebook group called Amanda, A Cautionary Tale of Alcoholism, which is becoming a very good support group, and we talk about this issues and everything related to alcoholism in the family. And again, thanks for listening.